Hi everyone, so here we are live from Clan Yogis studio, ready for our 1 hour Hatha yoga class. What I would say is, obviously I'm not here with you to make sure that your technique is okay and that you're keeping yourself safe. So really listen to the cues that I'm giving you in order to have your joints nice and aligned and correct position for your body to keep you safe. And just obviously watch the screen as well if you want to make sure that you're doing it correctly. So grab your mats. If you have yoga blocks, ideal, grab them. You might need them. So yoga blocks are just very light, foam, spongy blocks that are really ideal to help with making sure you got the correct alignment, supporting you. If you have wrist problems, for example, they are good to use underneath your hands when you're in your down dog because it softens the angle of the wrist. It's a bit spongy as well, so it just makes like a lot less pressure on the joint. So if you have them, grab them. Otherwise, you could even use a big book if you have a big book, just to help you with the postures. So I keep them handy here so I can show you how to use them if you have them. So come to lie down on your mat and stretch your legs out in front of you. If that's comfortable for you, if that's too much on the lower back for you, that's not very comfortable, feel free to bend the legs here and take your feet slighter than hip width apart to knock the knees together. That will just allow for all your muscles really to relax and for you to get into a relaxation state. If you're good with your legs stretched out, just let the legs stretched out in front of you. Place the arms alongside the body with palm facing up to the ceiling. Create some space, so don't have them all the way along your body. Just keep them a wee bit apart so you can really relax the shoulders and the shoulder blades onto the mat. Tuck your chin in slightly, so you're elongating the back of the neck, and close your eyes here. Start to consciously relax every part of your body, starting with the feet. Let the feet go out to the side, the knees go out to the side. Just noticing the connection of the heels of the mat, the gentle pressure of the calves onto the mat, relaxing the thighs, the hips, buttocks, feeling that connection with the mat, relaxing the belly and the chest, the shoulders. Let the shoulders melt onto the mat. Just notice if you're holding any pressure there, any tension. Just let that go. Just let the shoulder blades go down onto noticing the back of the arms, the back of the hands onto the floor. Let the fingers gently cup back towards the palm of the hand. And back to the neck, releasing the neck and the jaw, relaxing your facial muscles, noticing the back of the head onto the mat, heaviness of the head as it sinks into the mat. Let your whole body be heavy, surrendering the body's gravity. Let it sink. And surrender yourself to your body for the next hour. Pay attention to any feeling, any sensation in each part of the body. As we move through the class in mindful movements, as we concentrate on the postures and our breathing, it will take us into the moment. Start to connect with the breath. gently inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Started to take some long, deep breaths. Relaxing the body. And start to elongate the exhale, perhaps inhaling to the count of 4, exhaling to the count of 5, then to the count of 6, and the count of 7 if you can. Just see how far you can push it without restraining the breath at any point, without holding the breath, without creating any tension in the shoulders. Just keep breathing continuously, pushing that exhale a little bit farther. Two more rounds. On the next inhale, gonna inhale the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a big cuddle here, just releasing the shoulder blades back onto the mat again. Start to sway from side to side, bringing some movement into the spine. And then let's do some small circles with the knees, inhaling them into the chest and exhaling them out. Lifting the lower back, exhaling it back down. 4 or 5 in one direction and then change. Moving with the breath. And release both feet onto the mat, connecting the sole of the feet onto the mat, lower back onto the mat, keeping your knees bent. Inhaling again, we're going to inhale in the right knee into the chest, placing the right hand onto the knee. On the exhale, we're going to take it out to the side and then down towards the end of your mat. So we're creating some small circles with the hips there, moving in with the breath, inhaling it in, exhaling it out, bringing some movement into the hips, starting to lubricate that joint. Getting a wee bit of a stretch on the hip and the inner thigh. One more circle. Inhaling the knee into the chest again. This time placing your hands behind your thigh to support it. On the exhale, let's push the right heel towards the ceiling, flexing your foot, sending the toes towards the knee. So this is our first stretch. So we need to make sure that you're not going too deep, so you can keep a bend in the knee at the moment. And then on the inhale, we're going to bend the knee, bring it into the chest again. Exhale, sending the heels towards the ceiling. Inhaling it in again. Exhale towards the ceiling. One more, inhaling it in. Exhaling it out. And staying here, we're going to circle the ankle, bring some movement in there. So do 5 or 6 in one direction. And just stay here. I can see some comments, so I'm going to go and check that just to make sure there's no any issues with the video. Okay, morning. Hi, everyone. Okay, looks like it's working, so great. Keep going. Okay, exhaling your foot back down. We're going to move to the other side. So inhale your left knee into the chest. Exhaling out to the side and down towards the end of the mat. Inhaling it in again. And out. Keep that connection with the lower back and the shoulder blade. So be careful that your right hip is not lifting as you're circling that left hip. Keeping that connection, that grounding through the mat. 2 more circles, moving with the breath. Inhaling it in, out. Inhale the left knee into the chest again, placing your hands behind your thigh. Exhale, push the left heel towards the ceiling. Inhaling it in. Exhale, push it out, flex the foot, sending the toes towards the knee. And then again, 2 more. Keep a slight bend in the knee. Remember, if you need to, we're still warming up. Don't go too deep into the chair, into the stretch, sorry. And staying here, circling the ankle again, 5 or 6 circles in one direction, and then change. And exhale the foot back down. Taking your feet wider, so reach the side of the mat with your feet. Inhale to suck the belly button in, open your arms nice and wide, connecting the palm of the hands onto the floor. And on the exhale, I'm going to drop the knees to the left. Inhaling them back up to the middle. Exhale them to the right. So here we're getting a gentle twist and to the spine. So making sure your feet are nice and wide here, otherwise you're going to go too deep into that twist, into that rotation. It's gentle while warming up, moving with the breath in your own pace, inhaling the knees to the middle, exhaling them out. Starting to feel the stretch as well on the outer hip and the medium gluteus. 1 more on each side. Inhale to the middle, exhale to the left. And inhaling back to the middle. In your own way, just make your way back up to seated position with your legs crossed. If you can, try to cross them at the midsection and flexing the foot gently so you're protecting the knee joint and you're only getting the stretch in the outer hip. If not, just stay where you are, whatever works for you. Remember, in yoga, we're working with our body and never against our body. If you want here as well, if you've got a block, then you can feel free to place it underneath your buttocks. So it allows for the hips to open a bit more and just allow to create space for the spine to be nice and upright in that neutral position. If you don't have a block, that could be a cushion, that could be a folded blanket, whatever you have handy with you today. I'm placing them to the side for now. So here we're going to start to create space into the spine. So placing your hands onto the knees, try to create some space between the hips and the ribs. Sucking the belly button in to engage the core and support the spine. Exhale to release your buttocks down, so you're releasing that tension in the lower back. Keep your chest nice and open, collarbone spread wide, shoulder blades down the back. Tuck your chin in slightly again, so you're elongating the back of the neck, and this is how we get a nice, neutral spine. Close your eyes here if you want. On the inhale, taking a deep inhale through the nose, we're going to lift the shoulders up to the ears, exhaling them back and down, and on the inhale, bringing them back through the front, all the way up. So draw some lovely big circles with your shoulders there. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale. 2 more, inhaling them up. And release the shoulders again. We're going to move into a side stretch now, so lateral flexion of the spine. Inhale again here to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, placing your left hand or your right hand, wherever it works in the mirror through the screen here, onto the side. Inhaling your opposite arm up. And on the exhale, we're going to bend to the side. So reach through your fingertips. Try not to pinch too much and collapsing forward. Keep that chest open. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale to go a wee bit deeper. Making sure both sit bones are connecting with the mat, that you're not lifting that opposite hip. up. So if that's the case, come back up and then lengthen again. So you should feel the stretch all the way here, from this point here to the outer hip, all the way up to the fingertip. Inhaling back up to the middle. Exhale the arms down. Inhale up to the other side. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, through the fingertips. Exhale. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, kneeling back up to the middle. Moving on to the other side. Exhale the hand down, inhaling it up. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, through the fingertips. Exhale. Keep that chest open. Remember to keep that shoulder down as well. Don't bring it all the way up to the ears. Keep that space in the neck. One more breath here. Inhaling back up. Exhaling it down to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. One more here. Inhale to lengthen again. Inhale to come back up to the middle. Placing the hands behind us. So try to place the heel of the hands close to your buttocks, fingertips pointing to the wall behind you. Inhale, suck that belly button in again and lifting through the pelvic floor. On the exhale, we're going to get the shoulder blades to come together at the back. So you're starting to open up the chest. Taking a deep inhale here again. Exhale, push that chest forward, squeezing the shoulder blades at the back even more. Let the head go if that feels comfortable. One more here, inhale again, keep that belly button in. Exhale, push the chest. And inhaling back up to the middle. We're going to take a slight forward fold here. So again, remember to keep that length through the spine. So I do not want you to collapse and run the back that way. We're keeping the spine nice and long. If you need to, you can grab hold of both of knees on this side. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head. So send the tailbone and the crown of the head away from each other. And on the exhale, let's send the chest forward towards the mat. Keep your neck in line with the rest of the spine. So you're probably looking about a foot in front of you. Inhale to lengthen again. Exhale down, feeling that stretch on the outer hip, the glutes and the lower back. One more breath here. Extend the arms forward if you wish to, keeping the shoulders away from the ears if you're doing this. Exhale down. Coming back up on the inhale. And we're going to move on to all fours into a cat-cow sequence to warm up the spine, starting to get some flexibility into the spine, the hip flexors, engaging the abs. So here we're in a tabletop position. So making sure all your joints are aligned. So think about your knees being directly beneath your hips. Same with the joints at the front. So think about shoulders, elbows, and wrists to be in a nice straight line. And open, spread your fingertips nice and wide. So you're spreading the hands that way onto the mat to really connect the hands. Spread the weight so there's less pressure onto your wrist joints. And it really helps to engage all the muscles into the arms as well, which allows, it prevents from the elbows to hyperextend that way. So spread those fingers nice and wide to connect with the mat and engaging the muscles. From that neutral spine, we're going to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to move into cat. So rounding the back, sending the belly button as high as you can, dropping the head, looking at your belly button, pushing the shoulder blades away from each other. And on the inhale, we're going to move into cow, dropping the belly button down, sending the tailbone up, spreading the collarbones nice and wide, sending the chest forward. You can even look up if you want. In your own breath, your own rhythm, exhale to round the back. Push on the mat to separate the shoulder blades, let the head go. Inhale, sending the tailbone up, belly button down, chest forward. 2 more that way. Keep going with your own breath. Feeling the spine curl and uncurl. Starting to get a stretch in the abs and the hip flexors. Engaging the muscles in the back and then going in the other direction. Engaging the core, stretching the back, stretching the shoulders. And then when you've done your two, let's come back to neutral position. We're going to move into our first down dog very gently. Okay, we're still warming up. So on the inhale, we're going to tuck the toes under. Exhale, let's start to lift the hips up, keeping a bend in the knees. Inhale to get the chest closer to the thighs again. Keep spreading your fingers nice and wide. Here on the exhale, we're just going to straighten the left leg first. And then inhale, switch, sending your right heel down, lifting your left heel up. And then just keep going that way. So with your own breath, just do this wee pedaling movement here. Started to get some movement, some stretch into the lower back, into the back of the legs. Your feet should be hip width apart here, so we shouldn't have moved from that cat position. Keep going. You can even send the knees in if you want to get a wee bit of a twist into the hips as well. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears, so keeping that length into the neck, that space. Inhale and exhale, listen both heels down towards the mat. And inhale, starting to step forward, sending the feet towards the front of the mat. Again, keep the knees bent here, your feet are still hip width apart. And relax the upper body onto the legs. Grabbing hold of your elbows and just let yourself go down to ragdoll. Sway from side to side, releasing the back again. Releasing the head, feeling gravity, pulling the head in the opposite direction, stretching the cervical spine. Come back to a neutral position there, and just some small circles with the head. Releasing those muscles. Change direction. And exhale the arms down. Inhale, coming back up, uncurl the spine. With the head and shoulders. Sun salutation. So the sun salutation is a series of posture that we practice flowing with the breath. It's designed to warm up every part of the body, to create heat into the body, raising the heart rate to prepare us for the rest of the class. So it's just, we're going to repeat it 4 times, so 2 times on each side. The first 2 rounds we're going to do, we're going to take it slow. So I can give you all the teaching points, you can get a feel for it, and the last 2 rounds will just flow with the breath. So inhaling into one pose and exhaling into another. So first, I'm going just to do a quick demonstration of what that sun salutation is like, so you've got an idea. Again, don't panic if you feel that it's something that you're maybe not quite there to do with your body yet. There's loads of options. If you have blocks, again, use the blocks, and I'll show you how to use them. So I'll just do a demonstration first of that sun salutation. There are several, but I'll just show you the one that we're going to do today. Okay, so we're going to start at the front of the mat into our Tadasana mountain pose. So keep your feet together, so toes and heels together. Think about lengthening through the arches of the feet, through the front of the legs, engaging the core to drop the tailbone down. Keep the chest open and the shoulders away from the ears. And get a point of focus. So choose a point of focus. Just get deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale to bring your hands to the center of the chest together. Next inhale, we're going to send the fingertips towards the ceiling. Follow your thumbs with the gaze if you can. Exhale the shoulders down. Keep that core engaged. Inhale, let's see if we can get the biceps alongside the ears. If looking at your thumb is too much for your neck, just come back to that point of focus in front of you in a neutral position. If you're okay, look up. Deep inhale again. Exhale, open the arms and start to inch forward at the hips with a flat back, moving into Uttanasana, forward fold. Now this is our first one, so let's keep a wee bend into the legs in this one. Relax the chest forward, connect the palm of the hands with the mat if you can. Using a block if you have one, if you need to, or placing the hands onto the shins or the thigh, wherever you are. Here what's important is to keep the weight through the four corners of the feet, so making sure your bum is not going back too much. Just come back into pushing that center of gravity nice and above your feet. Think about lengthening through the spine, so send the tailbone and the crown of the head away from each other on the inhale, and on the exhale use your core muscles to get the chest closer to the thighs. Deep inhale again. Exhale, squeeze. Next inhale, we're stepping back with the left foot into a low lunge. Here again, if you need to, using blocks to bring the chest up. If you have them, books, whatever works. Let's try to keep a nice straight spine as much as we can. Send that left heel away from you, starting to feel the stretch into the front leg, into the hip flexors, getting some flexibility into that right hip again. Looking a foot in front of you, so you're keeping your neck nice in line with the rest of the spine. Deep inhale. Exhale, send the heel away. One more inhaling. Exhale, we're stepping back with the right foot, moving into down dog. So keep your feet hip width apart again, sending the heels towards the mat. Tailbone, imagine you've got a tail and you're trying to touch the ceiling with that tail. Keeping your fingertips nice and spread. Engage the core to get the chest closer to the thighs, and here you're looking at your knees. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, so in a slight external rotation. If you need to, you can even point the fingertips towards in a diagonal position to the corner of your mat, if that feels better, to kind of create that space into your neck and your shoulders. Inhale to lengthen, sending crown of the head away from the tailbone. Exhale, squeeze the core. On the next inhale, we're moving into plank position. So squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. We're sending the chest forward. This is our first one. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. So let's release the knees onto the mat for this one. What's important again is the alignment of the joints. So move that chest forward so your wrist, elbows and shoulders are nice and in line. You've got a straight line from your shoulders to the point that you're touching the mat, which is the knees at this point. So squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. Look about foot in front of you again, keeping the neck in line. Exhale, pushing the bum back into our first extended Balasana, child's pose, connecting the forehead to the mat. If you can, deep breath here to release. This is child's pose, a restorative pose, pose that you can take at any point during the practice as it gets too much, to reset the body and calm the nervous system down. One more breath here. Exhale. Inhaling the chest forward. So squeeze the core again here, very important to protect the lower back. We're going all the way down, connecting the hips with the mat, untucking the toes, pushing the pubic bone into the mat, so you're protecting the lower back, you're not pinching anything, squeezing the glutes. If you need to here, place the hands in front of you into the Sphinx pose. So forearms connecting with the mat. If not, if you're good, let's into that baby cobra to start with. So the hands are connecting beside your ribs. You're Elbows are tucked into your ribs. You're lengthening through the front of the chest, through the crown of the head, pushing the mat away to get the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breathing. Deep inhale again. Exhale, let's tuck the toes, engage the core, push the bum back again into down dog. Sending the heels towards the mat, looking at your knees, tailbone up towards the ceiling, squeezing the core to get the chest closer to the thighs, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breathing. Next inhale, we're stepping forward with that right leg again, moving back into that low lunge. So if you need to step it to the side, grab the ankle, whatever works for you. It just needs to have a wee bit of mobility on the hips, which is not always easy, especially in the morning. So back into that low lunge, sending the left heel away from you. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, the left foot comes to meet the right one, moving back into our Uttanasana, forward fold again. Let's see if we can get the legs a wee bit straighter this time. We should be a bit more open in the back of the legs. Squeezing the core, look at your knees. Think about lengthening again from the tailbone to the crown of the head, using the core to fold forward. One more breath. Inhaling it back up. Open the arms nice and wide, flat back, coming back up into our extended Tadasana. Hands together, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale the shoulders down, squeeze the core, tin bone down. Biceps alongside the ears. One more breath. And exhale the hands back down to the center of the chest. Let's move to the other leg this time, and let's move a wee bit faster. Inhaling it up. Extend the fingertips to the ceiling, biceps alongside the heels. Exhale the shoulders down. Inhale again. Exhale, fold forward. Open up the arms, flat back, moving into Uttanasana. Again, squeezing the core. Wait for the four corners of the feet. Sending the tailbone up, crown of the head towards the mat. Inhaling, stepping back with the right foot, this time into that low lunge, sending the right heel away, feeling that stretch into the right thigh, into the right hip flexors. Exhale, inhale again. Exhale, stepping back with the left foot, moving into down dog again. Gaze at the knees, heels towards the mat. Inhale, moving into plank. We're staying into that plank if we can, if you wish. Drop the knees down, squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes. Exhale the knees and the bum back into extended child's pose. Next, inhale, squeezing the core again, moving forward, all the way forward with the chest connecting, the hips untucking the toes, pushing the mat away into baby cobra. Elbows into the ribs. Exhale, tuck the toes under, pushing back up into down dog again, sending the heels down. Gaze to the knees. One more breath. Inhale to step forward with the left foot. Remember, step to the side, grab the ankle, whatever works. Sending the right heel away. Inhale. Exhale again. Inhaling. Exhale, stepping back, forward, Feet together, the front of the mat again into our forward fold, squeezing the core. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Inhaling back up. Flat back, arms open, extending, reaching towards the ceiling. Gaze at the thumbs if we can. Exhaling the hands back down. Last two rounds, moving with the breath. Inhaling the arms up, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, step back with the left foot into low lunge. Exhale, push back into down dog. Inhale, send the chest forward into plank. Exhale, the knees down and the bum back into child's pose. Inhaling again, moving forward, all the way forward, connecting the hips, untucking the toes, reaching through the chest. Exhale again, push back into down dog, feet hip width apart, remember. Gaze to the knees. Inhaling, stepping forward with the right foot. Exhale, feet together, moving into forward fold. Inhaling, flat back. Hands together. Exhale to the center of the chest. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, fold forward, all the way forward, down to Uttanasana. Inhale, step back with the right foot into the low lunge. Exhale, push back into down dog, sending the heels down, the hips up. Inhale, moving into plank, squeeze the core, the glutes. Exhale, knees and bum back into extended child's pose. Inhaling again, squeezing the core all the way down. Let's see if we can get the arms a wee bit straighter this time, still connecting with the hips. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push back into down dog. Inhaling the left foot forward, grabbing the ankle. Exhale, feet together, folding forward. Inhaling in back up. Exhale to the center of the chest. And stay here, keep breathing in and out through the nose, reconnecting with that point of focus you had at the start. Take a few deep breaths here to slow the heart rate down again. Coming back into that strong Tadasana mountain pose. And release the hand. Okay, well done everyone. So we're going to move into the main phase of the class. So we've got a few standing postures and then we'll just move on to the mat, onto the floor. So I will just show you first the three poses that we're going to link onto each other, and then we'll take our time and I'll explain to you how we're going to do them. So just observe for now. So we're starting in Tadasana. So the first one we're going to do is a high lunge pose. We're then going to move into humble warrior, And then from here we'll come back and we'll move into triangle pose. Okay? So standing in Tadasana, first into our mountain pose, so feet together at the front of the mat, toes and heels together. Think about lengthening through the legs, through the spine, through the crown of the head again. Releasing the arms alongside the body, placing them to the center of the heart. Inhaling up and extended Tadasana first. Exhale, moving forward into our Uttanasana. Forward fold again, and let's straight on. Inhale, step back into down dog. Exhaling the chest down towards the chest. On the inhale, we're going to pick up that left foot. So inhale the left toes towards the ceiling. Keep pressing the chest towards that right thigh. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring it into the chest as high as you can. Let's see if we can hover here. And again, placing it to the front of the mat between your hands. So again, if you need to, step it to the side, grab the ankle, whatever needs to happen. We're back into that lunge position again with the left foot forward. Inhale, left through the arms. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Keep the shoulders away from each other. Both hips are facing forward. Sending your right heel towards the wall behind you. Straighten that leg. Keeping your knee in line with your ankle or slightly behind. So readjust if you wish, but making sure that knee is not going past the ankle. So just above it or slightly behind. That's where we want. We're squeezing the core to keep tailbone down and the shoulders are away from the ears. This is our high lunge. 2 more breaths here. On the exhale, we're going to bring the arms down, interlacing the fingers behind us. Inhale to open up the chest towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, let's fold forward, squeezing everything, squeezing the core. Sending the hands towards the ceiling. If you need to here, just release the knee again back onto the mat. Or if you wish, if you've got that block, place that block under there. If that's a bit much, and just try to straighten the legs and release it back down. We're working the glutes here. So wherever you are, just work with your body. One more inhale. Exhale, stretch the hands towards the ceiling. Inhale, coming back all the way up to our high lunge. And on the exhale, I'm going to open up the arms, try to start to twist that back foot into a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to switch sides so you can see me from the other side. So the legs are apart, still in the same position. Your left toes are pointing forward. Your right toes are pointing to the side of the mat, a 90-degree angle. Again, lengthen through the spine here and squeeze the core. Inhaling the arms up to an horizontal position. And on the exhale, we're going to reach forward with that left hand, sending that right hip way behind us, starting to feel the stretch in the hamstring, and keep going with the hand. So here, the one is you to go really hard and try to reach the floor, and then collapsing forward, and then just totally losing that alignment with the spine. So we need to open the chest. The chest stays open, facing the side of the mat. So if we need to, we're placing the hand onto the shin. If you've got the block, feel free to use a block on the inside of the foot in whatever direction. You should feel the stretch in the hamstring and then the thigh in on the side of the body here. So you need that spine to be nice and long. Your fingertips are spread again towards the ceiling. Exhale. The gaze is at your top hand if you can. If that's too much on the balance, direct your gaze to the floor. Both knees should be engaged and turning towards your middle toes. Outer edges of the feet are sinking into the mat. That right hip is going back, so in this direction and behind you. The left hip should be going forward, so towards your screen or towards me. Engage, feeling the stretch here, nice straight spine. Inhaling back up. Exhaling the arms down. Inhale to step back into Tadasana. So go back to this side. Release again here, lengthen through the spine and the legs. Hands to the center of the chest. Inhale up again, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back into down dog again. Exhale, pushing the heels towards the mat, tailbone up, gaze at the knees, squeezing the core to get the chest close to the thighs. Picking up that right foot this time, inhale, sending the right toes towards the ceiling as high as you can. Keep squeezing through towards that left thigh. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring it as high into the chest as you can. Over here, let's see if we can place it between the hands at the front of the mat. Remember, going in your own way, whatever works, using the blocks again if you need to in that position. Inhale, coming up into the high lunge. Watching your knee, is it above the ankle? Is it behind? Yes, if it's going forward, just come back, widen your stance, sending the left heel back to straighten that left leg. Send your fingertips towards the ceiling and relax your shoulders down. Keep breathing, keep squeezing the core to send the tailbone down, feeling the stretch into the hip flexors. 2 more breaths here. Inhale again. Exhale the arms down, interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, open up the chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, sending the hands towards the ceiling. Exhale, keep squeezing everything here. Remember, if you need to, bring the knee back down. Squeeze the glutes, send that big toe, the right big toe into the mat to keep your balance. And try to squeeze the thighs together as well. This will engage the pelvic floor, which is very important again for the pelvis stabilization. Inhale. Inhaling back up. And on the exhale, open up the arms, turn that back foot to 90-degree angle. Straighten both legs. Right toes towards the front of your mat. Left toes towards the side of your mat. Squeezing the core, tailbone is down again. Inhaling the arms in the horizontal position. Exhale, moving back into that Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Exhale all the way down. Think about that length. Think about opening up the chest. Sending the fingertips towards the ceiling. Gaze at the fingertips if you can. Or down if that's too much for the neck. Both knees towards the middle toes. Left hip going back. We're going to the side and back. Right hip going forward. Keeping them square. Keep that chest open. Deep breathing. Outer edges of the feet sinking into the mat. 2 more breaths here. Feeling the stretch. Inhaling back up. Exhaling it down. And stepping back to the front of the mat. Again, reaching to the center of the chest. Inhaling up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, stepping back into down dog again. And exhale, we're going to reach the heels down this time. Toes together and set the bum back, connecting the forehead onto the mat into our child's pose. Bring the arms alongside your body, palm facing up, fingertips towards the toes, and let the shoulders melt here. Release the tummy, release the shoulders, just totally melt onto the mat, into that restorative pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, sending the exhale all the way down the spine, the lower back, over the buttocks, over the back of the feet. Deep breathing. Two more breaths. Let's do one more, in fact. Inhale, coming back up onto your knees. And just stay here and watch the screen. I'm going to show you the next one. So the next one, we're going to move into locust. So I'll show you what this is. So it's the back bend, and it's really good to engage the whole backside of the body, kind of really straighten the backside of the body, opening up the chest, opening up the hip flexors as well, and getting some flexibility into the spine. So really good for the core as well. So we're going to first move on our tummy. So connect the hips with the mat, connect the forehead with the mat, and just let's place the hands onto the sides of the ribs. They're all just behind the shoulders first. What we're going to do here is just inhale and push up, and exhale back down. Inhale and push up, and exhale back down. One more inhale. Exhale back down. Placing the hands alongside the body, so straighten your arms. Connect the palm of the hands with the mat. Your feet should be hip-width apart here again. So the next, we're going to take a deep breath in and out first. And then following inhale, we're going to lift into that locust, so squeezing the back, squeezing the glutes, and we're going to hold it for 4 breaths at the top of that pose, and extending it back down. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, exhale, inhale and lift. Exhale, look forward, keep a point of focus, think about lengthening through the front of the chest. One more breath here, and exhale back. A breath in and out here. Inhale and lift again. Let's see if we can squeeze even further. Inhale and exhale, deep breathing through the nose. One more. Exhale back down. In and out again. Next inhale, lift. 3 breaths, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale back down. Bring the hands to the front of the mat. Kind of weave the fingers together, placing your forehead onto the fingertips, relaxing your shoulders, and just shake your hips there. Sway the hips from side to side to release the lower back. Placing the hands back behind the shoulders again, pushing back. Through child's pose, keeping your hands forward so the bum is back, the forehead is back onto the mat again. 3 more breaths here. Stretching the back, counter the pose to that locust. Inhaling, coming back up to your knees, watching again for the next one. So the next one, we're going to move into half Lord of the Fishes. So I'll switch sides so you can see from this side what that looks like. So it is a twist, so deep stretch on the outer hip, the glutes, the piriformis muscle, which is the one that can tend to cause issues for sciatica, causes sciatica pain. It's a very good twist as well, just engaging, twisting the back, twisting the core. So stretching those muscles here, stretching the muscles into the chest and into the upper back, and giving your internal organs a nice massage. So it contributes also to a good digestion. So I will show you what that looks like. Again, there are plenty options if we need to. Okay, so first we're gonna sit with our legs stretched out in front of you. So readjust your sitting position to really kind of move the chest and connect the sit bones with the mat. Keep your spine nice and long again, lifting through the crown of the head. Inhale, we're gonna bend the left knee, cross that foot over, just above the knee or just kind of over the thigh, connecting the sole of that left foot onto the mat. Now you might already feel like that's a really good deep stretch. So if that's enough for you, stay here. You can keep your right leg straight and flexing those toes, sending them towards that right knee if you need to. If you feel you can, just like sweep that leg around, so bringing the right heel towards the left buttocks. Only if both sit bones are able to connect with the floor. So if you feel that the left hip is lifting up for you to do that, let's go back to that leg straight in front of you, okay? So if we're here connecting, bringing that left knee into the chest again to have the foot nice and flat. Inhaling the right arm up. Exhale, place the hands onto that left thigh first. And let's slide it down. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head first. Exhale, twist further. If we are here and you feel you can go a wee bit deeper, let's see if we can grab that elbow on the outer side, that outer edge of your left knee. Spreading your fingers nice and wide again. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist further. Really important here, in any twist, you need to keep that length, get that length into the spine first before you twist. Because imagine if you've got these are your vertebrae, right? I don't know if you can see. And your kind of, your bend, your spine is flexed. That's going to put some pressure into the disc and into the vertebrae before they twist, rotate against each other. So big no-no, don't want any injuries, sorry. So inhale, always inhale, lengthen, keep that length through the spine before we twist. 2 more breaths here, inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale. Inhale, coming back to the middle. Going to switch sides, so straighten both legs. Inhaling the right leg crossed over the thigh, right sole of the foot connecting with the mat. Keeping that leg straight, that left leg straight if you need to. Flexing the feet, the toes, sorry. If you need, just, well, if you can, bring that left heel towards the right buttock, if you can still have those sit bones connecting with the mat. Inhale to lengthen and bring that right knee into the chest again. Exhale, slide the left hand towards your outer hip. Inhale to lengthen again. Exhale to twist. If you can, let's bring those fingertips up. Crossing, pushing that left elbow against the right knee. Inhale to lengthen each time. Exhale, twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale, coming back to the middle. Exhale, release the legs, and we're going to come back down, lying on our mat. Again, legs stretched out in front of you if you can. If that's too much on the lower back, bend the knees, widen the feet, and knock the knees together to release that lower back onto the mat. If you're good here, stretch the legs in front of you. Tuck your chin in slightly again, so you're elongating the back of the neck. And what we're going to do next is a pranayama, so it's a breathing exercise. We're going to practice the yogic breath. So to help you really get a good feel of this, I want you to place a hand on your tummy and a hand on your chest. So yogic breathing is really the breathing we should always be doing, the one that babies and children just do naturally, because when you watch a baby breathe, you can see their tummy rise and fall. They are using the full capacity of their lungs. Unfortunately, as adults, we forget to do that, and as we lead very stressful and fast-paced life these days, most adults have got very shallow breathing. So we're going to try to use the full capacity of our lungs. So it's not easy to relearn how to do, so don't beat yourself up if you feel like you're kind of getting stuck. Let that breath flow, you know, don't push it that you're holding the breath, that you're just creating tension in the shoulders or anything like that. So let's see how far you can go. Just work yourself through your body like everything else, it just takes practice. So close your eyes to really get a feel for this. On the inhale, take a deep inhale through the nose, sending the air all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. So your tummy should be rising, the hand on your tummy should be rising. Then it will move up to your chest. The chest should be rising, the collarbones. And on the exhale, the collarbones, the chest collapse, and the hands on the tummy go flat. 4 more rounds of this. Take your time, inhale. Squeeze the tummy to get the air out. Inhale, send it all the way down to the tummy. Deep breathing. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, sending it all the way down to the tummy. Then the chest, collarbone rise. And then the collarbones and the chest collapse. Belly down. 1 more. And from here, just let your breath return to a normal rhythm. Release the hands, placing the back of the hands onto the floor or the mat. Palm facing up, creating space between the arms and the body again to release the shoulders and the shoulder blades onto the mat. Keeping your eyes closed. Relaxing the feet. And go out to the side. Relaxing the knees, thighs, and the buttocks. Releasing the hips. Don't hold any tension there. Releasing the belly, chest. Letting the shoulder melt onto the mat. Releasing your arms and your hands and your fingers all the way to the fingertips. Relaxing your neck. Releasing the jaw, creating space between the back teeth. Relax your tongue and your cheek. All the little muscles around your mouth. All the little muscles around your eye. And relax your forehead. Let's bring our attention back to the breath again. Noticing the coolness of the air as it comes through your nostrils and the back of the throat. Warmth of the air as it comes back out. And with each breath, just imagine that you can feel and see the air coming in through the nostrils, the throat, swirling into your lungs, exchanging those gases, filling your blood with oxygen, and taking the carbon dioxide out, seeing it in the lungs, coming back out through the throat and the nostrils. Each breath, picture the breath. Breath that keeps you alive. Healing breath. Swirling in, swirling out. Keeping your focus on the breath. If you notice that your mind starts to wander, acknowledge the thought. Don't judge it. Okay. And just imagine that you can capture that thought, capture it in that little pause between the inhale and the exhale. And as you exhale, you're exhaling that thought out. Let's start to bring our attention back to our body again. Starting to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Giving yourself a back stretch if you want to. And inhaling your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a big cuddle again. Swing from side to side, small circles with the knees, whatever feels good for you, to bring some movement back into that spine. And let yourself roll onto your right hand side and just take a moment there. And then when you're ready, just make your way back up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed still, crossing your legs if you want to, or on your knees, whatever feels good. Placing the hands onto the knees, and think about lengthening through the spine again. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, sharp exhale through the mouth. Again, inhaling it in. One more. Placing the hands to the center of the chest. When you're ready, you can reopen your eyes. And namaste.